friends, Happy New Year to all of you. Hope all of you are doing well. I'm Jay Sennett. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Jay. Today I'm going to prepare for you a Jazzy Jae spice rubbed pork tenderloin, and then I'm going to make a tasty pepper puree to act as a bed for the pork tenderloin. And just a little sidekick for the starch, I made this delicious looking potatoes au gratin over here, and I just took that out of the oven. And it's interesting because I love potatoes au gratin, and I use you can use russet potatoes, Yukon Gold. I use two different cheeses, sharp cheddar and a Gruyere cheese. Two different cheeses in there. I'll use some butter, some cream, some garlic powder, some onion powder, salt and pepper. Did I say butter? Yes, I put some butter in there with the cheese and a little bit of the cream, and then bake it at about 375 for about 35-40 minutes, and you have yourself a delicious side dish. Now, this pork tenderloin, the first thing you do when you get it, you have what we call the silver skin all over. Well, just pretty much on one side of the meat. And you have to take that silver skin off. And the way I do it, I've already taken it off, okay, in case you were wondering about that. I get the point of the knife, I slide it underneath the fat or the silver skin, and I just run my knife down like so. And then get it off. And if there's another strip, you do that, stick it under there, and then you just cut underneath. That's how you get that silver skin off of the meat, because you want to take that fat off before you do anything with it. The next thing I do, I get a fork and score it a little bit, all the way around. Now, my Jazzy Jae spice rub, several different spices in here, and to take you through it. Now, you can get your own spice rub, okay? This is mine. Now see if I can remember everything that I put in this spice rub. I know I put smoked paprika, okay, smoked paprika. I use garlic and onion powders. I use chili powder. I put just a tad of cloves in there, some dried cloves. I put, let's see, some cardamom, a little bit of cardamom in there. Let's see, what else? Cinnamon. Put a little bit of cinnamon in there. And some chili powder, a little bit of chili powder, salt and pepper. So I said that, and that's pretty much it. I might be leaving out one or two because there's several. I have it written down somewhere around here, but that's the gist of this rub, okay? And it's kind of a smoky, mild heat. You know, not a lot of heat on here. But that smoked paprika, that's probably the dominant spice in there. I put more of the smoked paprika in here than any other spice, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn this fire on over here under this saucepan. I have a little bit of oil in that saucepan because we're going to take the pork loin, tenderloin, and pan sear it for a few minutes, and then we're going to roast it, pan roast it. And I have it at about 400 degrees, my oven at about 400 degrees. And then we're going to make a pepper puree. So let's go on over here to the stove, and I'll show you how we finish off this dish. Okay. Now, in here, what I did, I took some peppers, red bell pepper, and then some of these sweet red peppers, different colors, mostly red. Orange, there's orange bell pepper in there as well, and a yellow bell pepper. And I roast these peppers at about 400 degrees for about 35-40 minutes, and you want to get them charred, okay? You get them charred. Why do you roast it? Well, because that solidifies that beautiful flavor of the pepper when you roast them, and then you get them charred a little bit. Oh man, it brings that extra bit of smokiness into the flavor profiles. And when you take them out of the oven, you can let them cool for a little minute, for a little while. Then if you would like, this is where I get a little lazy with this, because you get a plastic bag, put the peppers in a bag while they're still fairly warm. Zip up the bag, let the steam help to soften the skin of the peppers. Okay, that way you can, when you take the peppers back out, it's easier to get the skin off the pepper. Today, I didn't take the skin off the pepper. Could you make it with the skin on the pepper? Yes. It's going to affect it texturally at some level, but no big deal. It's not going to be that much of a big deal. And to me, that's just additional flavor, particularly because you got some of that char on that skin of the pepper. Okay? So, I'm going to put this beautiful tenderloin in my pan, and we're just going to sear this for a few minutes. Now, let's look at this puree over here after you get a glimpse of this pork tenderloin. Oh, I took my rub after I scored it a little bit with a fork and covered it, you know, pretty extensively with that rub, with the Jazzy Jae spice rub. Okay, then I put it in the refrigerator for about an hour, and to give those flavors a chance to really sink in to this pork. All right. So, and then again, some olive oil in this pan, and then we're going to sear it just for a few moments. Okay? Put this out of the way. Now, in this blender, I have the bell peppers, the roasted peppers. I have some garlic, about 3-4 cloves of garlic. I have some onion, a little bit of onion in there, some olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of cream, just a touch of cream. All right? Pulse this. Yeah, that looks beautiful, but I want to add a little bit more olive oil. Okay? The cream will just simply lighten it up a bit. Pulse it. Okay, and let's get a little dish. Flip this. Okay. I have my oven at about 350. All right, get this off here. Now, I used sweet peppers, okay? Not hot, but if you choose to use hot, then that's okay. Turn this on its side a little bit. Like so. Clean up my mess, and I want to taste my pepper puree. Oh, man, that's good. Wow. You know, I can eat that by itself. Really eat that by itself. It's delicious, delicious. Again, peppers, I roasted the peppers, some onion, some garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper, a pinch of cream, just a little bit of heavy cream, and because you're going to get all that flavor out of the peppers and the garlic and the onion, and the olive oil helps to just smooth it out along with that cream. Okay, so this, my friends, is my Jazzy Jae Spice Rub pork tenderloin. Now what we're going to do is go and put this in the oven and pan roast for about 25-30 minutes at 400 degrees. I'm going to put my timer up here. I'll put it for 25, 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to take this back up here. Now, you see these potatoes au gratin right here. Oh, look at these colors. Look at these colors. Got my rub. Got these potatoes. And when I bake these, I bake these at about 375 with the lid on for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Then I take the lid off and bake the rest, the remainder of the duration without the lid on. And you see, you get that nice, some of that char on that cheese. And it smells delicious. So, while the pork loin is pan roasting for about 25-30 minutes, I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, which is just going to seem like a split second, and we're going to have this delicious piece of protein out, and then we're going to plate our dinner. Okay, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, friends, back. See, it was just a second, but I actually put the protein in the oven and just took a little break, wait for it to cook, and it is ready. So let's go to the oven and see what we got here. I've already checked the temp. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh man. Well, let's see. Okay. Now, we'll move these over here. These potatoes over here. I want to get my pepper sauce over here. Oh, didn't put the green beans on, but that's okay. Here, my friends, we have my Jazzy Jae spice rub pork tenderloin. Okay, and this here is my rub. It has smoked paprika, cinnamon, cardamom, garlic, onion powders, chili powder, a little bit of cloves in there, just a little bit of cloves, and there's some cumin, some coriander seed, some cumin. So there's and smoked paprika. I think I said that. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Smoked paprika, probably the lead star of that dish. So what I want to do, I'm going to plate this, my potatoes au gratin that I talked about. My mouth is watering. So do that. Right there. Okay, so let's set this back over here. And we're going to some of the pepper sauce, puree peppered, or the pepper puree. Create a bed of sorts for this pork. Okay, now I think this has had time to settle and rest a little bit. And I bake it at 375 until the temperature, internal temperature, gets to 145 at least. Okay. Okay. Touch the food. How do we do this? 1, Did it backwards. Now, what we have, the vegetable we're going to have, which I didn't make yet, it's going to be some French green beans. But here, I'm going to show you what we have. My Jazzy Jae spiced rub pork tenderloin with a bed of pepper puree. And I made the pepper with sweet red bell peppers, small sweet peppers, not hot peppers, some garlic, some onion, some olive oil, touch of cream, some salt and pepper, black pepper in there as well, and then blend it up, puree it, and that acts as a bed. I also put some one orange bell pepper in there, a couple of yellow, smaller yellow peppers, but again, when you I roasted the peppers, okay, at about 400 degrees for about 25-30 minutes. Get a nice char on that skin. You can remove the skin if you like, or leave the skin on. I left the skin on, then puree it. It's not gonna matter. I prefer getting that flavor from that skin, from that char. Right, gives it an extra bit of smokiness in that flavor. And I use that pepper puree as a bed to my pork. And the potatoes au gratin, I use sharp cheddar cheese, Gruyere cheese, some cream, some butter, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and let it do its thing. I use Yukon Gold potatoes today. You can use russet potatoes, whatever your preference. So that's my dinner. I'm gonna make something green to go with it, green beans. I'm Jay Sennett. That's today's edition of Cooking with Jay. This delicious pork tenderloin with my Jazzy Jae spice rub, my au gratin potatoes au gratin, and this delicious pepper puree. Okay? If you have any questions, comments about the show, what I cooked, send me an email to j.sennett, jae.sennett at whrv.org. I'd always love to know what you think of the show. And don't forget my Sennett in Session Jazz radio show on WHRV 89.5, Monday through Thursday nights from 9 until 1, Saturday mornings from 1 until 5, Sunday afternoons from 1 until 5. And I also host the Very Soulful R&B Chronicles on WHRV FM, Friday nights from 7 until 8. And we stream at WHRV.org. And also check out my cooking venture, thecosmopolitanpalette.com, my in-home chef cooking venture. That's thecosmopolitanpalette.com. Thecosmopolitanpalette.com. Okay. All right, friends. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there, and we'll see you again soon with another edition of Cooking with Jay. Take care.